I still remember the exact moment my mother looked at me not as her child, but as free labor. Her voice was so sugary it could have given someone a cavity. "Your sister's friends are spending Christmas here. Only about 25 people," she said. Like she was asking me to light a candle instead of cook a full holiday feast. My sister was sprawled on the couch, legs crossed, scrolling her phone without even glancing up. She didn't have to. She already knew I'd say yes. I always did. I just nodded quietly. I doubt either of them noticed my hands had finally stopped shaking. Back then, I still believed love was something you could earn. I thought if I washed dishes faster, ironed without a wrinkle, swallowed every insult, and kept my voice soft, maybe they'd look at me and see value. But my sister never had to earn a thing. She was the golden child, loud, charming, reckless. Every mess she made, I was told to clean up. People used to ask me, "Why are you so calm?" It was simple. Shouting had never saved me. I was the quiet one, the reliable one, the steady one, roles they confused for servitude. The breaking point didn't come all at once. It was slow, like erosion. The day before Christmas, my mother smirked while pretending to organize the fridge, even though she clearly planned everything for weeks. "I'm sure you don't mind," she said. "You're not doing anything important anyway." Not doing anything important. Meanwhile, I was working 2 jobs, studying online at night, barely sleeping, keeping this house running like some invisible servant. I didn't argue. I just walked to my room, closed the door, and booked a plane ticket. Florida warm air, ocean salt, a place where no one knew me. I packed one small bag, simple clothes, my passport, my favorite book, no note. At 3 in the morning, while everyone slept, I left. Their first call came around noon. Then another, and another. By the time I landed, there were 27 missed calls. They weren't afraid for me, they were panicking about the dinner. My mother's voicemail cracked apart like broken glass. "Where are the groceries? Where are the trays? People are coming. Do you know how embarrassing this is?" I turned my phone off and ordered coconut pancakes by the ocean. I ate slowly. But that wasn't the revenge. Leaving was just the first step. For years, I had been the one who cleaned, paid bills, budgeted, kept everything running. They never noticed because they never bothered to look. They assumed the house was magically organized, like gravity just handled it. So I canceled every automatic payment. I'd set out the electric bill, the water, the internet. All of it was in my name. And now all of it was gone. Not out of spite, but out of clarity. If they wanted independence so badly, they could finally feel what it actually cost. On Christmas Eve, while their guests sat in a cold living room with no food, no heat, and patience melting fast, I floated in warm water under a sky the color of honey. They had to scramble and order last-minute takeout for 25 people, expensive, embarrassing, chaotic. My mother's pride cracked in front of everyone. My sister's friends whispered. Someone even asked, "Where's your other daughter? Doesn't she usually handle this?" And my sister, forced to lift her head, had to say, she left, as if that was unthinkable. 3 days later, I flew back not to stay, but to finish what I'd started. I walked in to find them sitting at the kitchen table in their coats. Because the heat had been shut off, their faces looked gray, not just from the cold, but from the shock of realizing something deep had shifted. My mother tried to yell. My sister tried to guilt-trip me. I didn't move. "I'm moving out," I said. "I signed a lease. I'll be gone by Friday." My mother sputtered. "You're abandoning your family?" "No," I said calmly. "I'm just choosing not to be your servant anymore." The silence that followed felt like the first breath after a long winter. Before I left, I placed a binder on the kitchen table. Inside was everything: account numbers, due dates, passwords, chore schedules, a full manual for running the house. On the front, I wrote one sentence: "It was never effortless, it was me." My mother stared at it like it was a mirror she'd spent her whole life avoiding. My sister's face crumpled, not out of guilt, but because she finally understood comfort had a price, and she'd been living off mine. I walked out, set my keys on the counter with a soft clank. No dramatic exit, no slammed door, just freedom. Now I live somewhere peaceful. I cook only when I want to. I buy myself flowers. I sleep without fear of someone calling my name like a bell they expect me to answer. People think revenge is loud yelling, breaking things, making scenes. But real revenge is silence. It's absence. It's letting them feel the weight of everything you carried alone and watching them finally realize you were never weak. You were just kind. And now you're done.